Looking for a warm, dry climate during your summer vacation? Come to the Savanna, located in Central and Southern Africa, South America, India, and Australia. This biome takes up 13.8% of the world.
The best time of year to visit the Savanna is if you're looking for that wonderful warm weather that's in May through September, and if you're interested in seeing the flip side, you can also visit during the raining season, which is October through March. The season is brief and offers generally about 12 to 20 inches of rainfall per year.
If you go during the rainy season, you are most likely going for game viewing, as the season is the best time for a particular activity. In addition, there are lots of interesting things to see while in the Savanna.
In the Africa savanna, there are lots of native animals: elephants, zebras, horses, and giraffes. Oh my! There are also lots of different types of birds in the savanna.
These animals are extra special because they have adaptations that make them able to live in the conditions of the savanna.
During the dry season, most birds and large mammals migrate to a different biome in search of water, but elephants are special because they have a skill that allows them to access water no other animals can. Due to their strength, they can tear down the baobab trees to access water stored in the trunk.
Additionally, many animals form burrows to avoid predation during droughts, as there are many birds of prey in the savanna because of the wide open spaces.
There are also lots of cool plants that live in the savanna. The savanna is a grassland, and there are many different native grasses. Tall grasses are most common. For example, there are the Rhodes grass, the red oat grass, stargrass, and lemongrass. Additionally, there are native trees that have special adaptations to live in the savanna.
A common adaptation for trees is that oftentimes they do not have many leaves, so they avoid moisture loss because there is not a lot of water in the savanna. And the trees are important because without them, the biome would be considered a prairie.
Grasses also have special adaptations. They have the ability to grow rapidly when there is water because water is scarce. Grasses also turn brown to limit water loss and have long roots to reach water far beneath the surface. Trees also share this adaptation with plants. The growth of trees are also inhibited by human interaction and lightning.
There are also non-living factors that affect the biome. The abiotic factors in the savanna are poor soil, flat landscape, and lack of water. There are no major water sources, but there are a few streams and ponds. However, the most important abiotic factor are the occurring fires.
Once you decide to visit the savanna, you should bring long, comfortable, and loose pants, especially if you are planning on going on a safari, because the risk of being bitten by a prairie rattlesnake, you need to be protected. Also, you should bring sturdy shoes, sunscreen, depending on the time of year you're going, a hat, water bottle, and a sweatshirt for when it gets cooler at night. Overall, you need to bring comfortable clothing that will breathe.
If you decide to travel to the savanna, you should be aware of some warnings. The number of threats to the biome are ever growing. First, illegal hunting and poaching is rampant in the Africa savanna. Many animals such as elephants, lions, and rhinos are hunted for their various body parts and sold on the black market. Next, foreign animals that graze on the savanna pose a threat to the existing biome. Moreover, exotic plant species that invade the biome and take away the natural resources from the native plants not only affect the area in which they are at, they affect the animals that rely on the native plants for food. Lastly, the climate change is posing a large threat to the savanna. Climate change brings different weather patterns and the rise in temperature, which then affects the ecosystem and living animals.
Within the savanna, there are also endangered species. Species such as cheetahs, lions, black rhinos, African elephants, zebras, baobab tree, and the ebony tree are all endangered and are getting closer to becoming extinct. While these species are endangered, there are also some keystone species that are very important to the biome. For example, the African elephant knocks down and eats the acacia tree, keeping the biome from becoming a wooded area. Furthermore, any predators are keystone species because they keep the populations of smaller animals down. Lastly, herbivores are also keystone species because they keep the overgrowth of different plants down.
If you are interested in the outdoors and wildlife, these attractions are for you. In Africa, you can visit the Addo Elephant National Park. The country's third largest national park is located outside the Port Elizabeth in South Africa. The national park has been home to the Addo elephants for the past 85 years. You can also visit the Masai Mara, a national park located in Kenya. It was named after the ancestral inhabitants of the area. Famous for the exceptional population of lions, leopards, cheetahs, zebras, gazelles. If you are visiting Australia, you can visit the Kakadu National Park. The park is 20,000 square kilometers, almost half the size of Switzerland. Half the park is Aboriginal land. There's approximately 2,000 different types of plants located in the park, with 280 different types of birds.
Additionally, if you're in the Savannah, here are some solutions that have been proposed to help mitigate the effects of climate change. Reducing carbon emissions by 30% would slow the deterioration of the ozone layer and limit the amount of weather pattern change in the Savannah.
Now that you have heard about the Savannah, we hope you come and visit this beautiful biome soon.